Every year, people tell me they're gonna wait until next year to buy a home, and every year, those same people end up paying more for that same home. What most buyers don't realize is the end of the year can actually be one of the best times to buy a new home. In today's video, I'm gonna break down why this is true and what's happening in the Las Vegas real estate market right now, and how you can use it to your advantage if you're thinking about buying before the new year. Have you ever delayed buying a new home because you thought it wasn't the right time, only to see prices and rates change later? I wanna hear about it in the comments if you lost out on buying opportunities in the past. You have probably heard a lot of people say, let's just wait until next year to buy. But here's the thing, if you're really serious about getting the best deal on a new home, the end of the year, aka right now, is actually the smartest time to do it. I'm gonna break down the 4 big reasons why the last few months of the year can massively work in your favor if you're buying a new home. By the end of the year, everyone's trying to wrap things up. Builders want those final sales on the books before the year closes out, and sellers want to move before tax season. That means this is the time when you'll often see price reductions, closing cost credits, interest rate buydowns, or incentives that you wouldn't find during the year. Builders especially do this because they're sitting on inventory that they need to move. If they've got finished or nearly finished homes, they'd rather sell them now than carry them into the next quarter where costs and taxes keep going up. For example, I've helped clients lock in thousands of dollars in savings, including upgraded appliance packages, a full percentage point in interest rate reductions, and over $1,000 in credits. Now, this all was possible because they acted in December instead of waiting until the spring to buy. If you're flexible with your timing and ready to move, this is when you can truly negotiate from a position of strength. Now, let's be honest, most people slow down this time of year. They're focused on the holidays, travel, family, and everything but real estate. And that's actually great news for serious home buyers. With fewer people actively searching, you're not fighting in multiple offer situations or even bidding wars. You can really take your time, make thoughtful decisions, and negotiate the best terms that work for you and get closing costs covered, rate buydowns, and flexible move-in dates. Now in the springtime, when everyone jumps back into the market, homes that are sitting now can suddenly have 10 buyers fighting over them. So if you find something you love, this is your window to secure it before the crowd returns in the spring. Now, for some home buyers, especially those purchasing their first home, this can be a meaningful tax advantage to closing before the end of the year. Owning a home allows you to deduct things like mortgage interest and property taxes. Now, depending on your personal financial situation, that can translate into real savings that'll help you when you file next spring. I always tell my clients, talk to your CPA or financial advisor about your specific case so you make sure that you're making the best decisions. But for many people, getting those deductions for even a single month can make a noticeable difference, especially if you're closing in December. So if you're planning to buy, doing it before the year end can mean you start your first year of ownership with a little more money in your pocket. When January hits, everything changes. Sellers who are hesitant will relist their homes, and builders will adjust their pricing and incentives based on their new year budgets. You'll also start to see buyer demand start climbing up again. So if you're shopping now, you're seeing homes and deals that might not even exist 30 to 60 days from now. I've seen it year after year. Someone waits until February or March, and the exact same home they could have bought in December for $15,000 less is suddenly under contract or priced higher with fewer incentives. You have to take advantage of this quieter market here in the winter months. I would recommend you get your financing ready, start touring, and use this time very strategically. The end of the year is when motivated sellers meet smart home buyers. If you're serious about buying a home in Las Vegas, whether it's new construction or resale, this is your opportunity to find value and lock in terms that you probably won't see once the new year rush begins. Now, if you want to see which builders are offering the biggest incentives right now, send me a message and I'll connect you directly with the deals that are happening this month. Now, here's one of the biggest and most underrated reasons why the end of the year is such a great time to buy: less competition. During the holidays, most people completely check out from the home buying process. They're busy traveling, shopping, spending time with family, and real estate is honestly the last thing on their mind. That means while everyone else is waiting for the spring market, you're walking into a much quieter playing field with more leverage and less pressure. Now think about it. In the middle of the year, especially in a market with lower inventory, it's not uncommon to see 5, 10, sometimes even 20 offers on the same home. Buyers end up waiving contingencies, paying over asking, and rushing decisions just to compete. But in November and December, that's when serious buyers really win. You're not fighting crowds, you're not battling bidding wars, and because sellers know the buyer pool is smaller, they're more open to negotiate with you. I've seen it time and time again. My clients who buy towards the end of the year tend to walk away with better deals and more favorable terms simply because there wasn't as much buyer activity. They get to choose the homes that sat longer on the market, analyze the comps fully, and take their time time making smart decisions without feeling pressured or even rushed. It's really the difference between reacting to the market and strategically navigating it. Another often overlooked benefit is that agents, lenders, inspectors, and title companies are less booked during the winter seasons. So your entire transaction moves a little bit smoother, faster, and with more personal attention. You won't be waiting days for appointments or getting squeezed into packed schedules. So while everyone else is on a pause, this is your moment to move intentionally and capitalize on the opportunity. I want you to remember, less competition means more negotiating power, more flexibility, and ultimately a better experience. If you are really serious about buying, don't wait for the rush. Get ahead by shopping when no one else is. Now let's talk about another big reason why the end of the year can be the smartest time to buy, and that's because it lets you lock in your home before rates and prices change. If you've been watching the market, you know one thing: real estate moves in different cycles. And every year, as soon as January hits, we usually see two things happen. One, buyer demand starts to rise again. And two, mortgage rates and home prices often follow right behind it. Now, when that happens, the same home that's been sitting at a fair price in December could cost you thousands more just a few weeks later. Historically, rates tend to fluctuate around the end of the year as lenders and the Fed adjust the inflation data, year-end reports, and new economic forecasts. Even a small change, say 0.25%, can make a huge impact. Now here's what that actually means. If you're buying a $600,000 home and rates jump 0.5%, that's roughly $200 to $300 more every month on your payment. And over the life of the loan, that's tens of thousands of dollars. So when you buy toward the end of the year, you're not just getting the benefit of motivated sellers or builder incentives, you're getting a chance to lock in a price and rate before the market changes. Now builders know this too. That's why many of them roll out end of the year financing programs offering rate buydowns, closing cost credits, or limited time pricing that disappears as soon as January hits. Now I've personally seen and helped my clients save hundreds per month just because they made their move in December. Not because they found some cheap home, but because they got into the market before it adjusted. So if you're sitting here watching this video and you're waiting for the perfect time, this might actually be it. The reality is markets don't stay still. Rates change, prices change, and timing always matters. Buying before the new year means you're ahead of the curve and you're not chasing it. Now, whether you're new to my channel or a long-time subscriber, let me reintroduce myself. My name is Chris Brown and I'm a real estate advisor with Sotheby's International Realty. My channel is all about everything living in Las Vegas, whether you're a local or relocating from somewhere else. I would appreciate it if you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and click the bell so you don't miss any of the good, the bad, the ugly about living in Las Vegas. If you happen to be watching this video on a TV, scan the QR code on your screen so you don't miss any of my new upcoming videos. If you would like to reach out to me directly, you can call me, email me, or text me by using my contact information in the description below. Now, where it gets really interesting is when you combine those builder incentives with the right lender strategy. If you're working with a skilled advisor, aka me, and a lender who understands how to align timing, you can often stack multiple incentives to maximize your buying power. For example, a builder might offer a 2-1 rate buy down, meaning your interest rate is reduced by 2% the first year and 1% the second year. Your lender might have a limited time credit for closing costs or even additional lender paid rate reductions. Now, when you pair those together strategically, you're not just saving on the front, you're also potentially saving hundreds per month and thousands at closing. Now, this is the kind of opportunity that disappears once the new year hits because builders reset their budgets and lenders shift their seasonal promotions. And now this is why working with someone who truly understands the market really pays off. Because let's be real, it's not about just finding a nice home, it's about structuring the deal in a way that gets you the maximum advantage. Now, I've had clients walk into brand new homes with upgraded finishes, full appliance packages, and reduced interest rates, all because we knew when to act and how to stack the right incentives at the right time. So if you're thinking about buying new construction, this is definitely the season to do it. You have to leverage builder urgency and partner with a lender who can add on top of those savings. Now, also make sure you're working with an advisor, aka me, who knows exactly how to put all those moving pieces together for your benefit. When you combine builder motivation, lender strategy, and smart timing, that's when the real opportunity happens. And right now, as the year wraps up, the opportunity is wide open. For more videos about Las Vegas real estate and what's happening in the market right now, check out one of the other videos on the screen. I appreciate you all watching. I'll see you on the next one.